But in the meantime, let's have a chat with the Gadget Coach, as we do each Wednesday morning, and we're going to be talking about tablets and apps and, well, all sorts of stuff. New I don't know, notebooks,
stuff.
whatever, new stuff.
New stuff with Nathan Allington, the Gadget Coach. G'day, Nathan.
Good morning.
And in fact, because the tablet war never goes away, what's next?
No, it certainly doesn't. Samsung have announced over the last couple of days their latest tablet. It's a follow-on from their Note handset, which was a cross between a tablet and a smartphone. So this is their Galaxy Note 10.1.
Now, before you go any further, that is now becoming a problem, isn't it? Because as the smartphones get bigger and the tablets get smaller, you have to wonder what they are.
Yes, there have been a couple of 7-inch tablets that have come out with phone capabilities. Even the first Samsung tablet came out with that. So, but it was unique in that you can actually hold it up to your ear because it didn't have the speaker to be able to make a phone call like you would hold a phone.
It is a weird sensation, isn't it? If we take it back a generation or two, it would be a little bit like holding up a blackboard to your ear.
Yes, yeah. The old slate blackboards have come back. Not that I've experienced those myself, but from the classrooms, and now we've got from those tablets to digital tablets in the classrooms these days.
Yep. Now the new Note, it's got handwriting recognition.
Yes, yeah. So a unique feature about the Note smartphone and the Note range was that it comes with a stylus and called an S Pen and software preloaded for being able to annotate notes and handwriting recognition, and it would convert handwriting to text, and also to be able to draw on pictures and be able to send, say, a map or a photo with, or say, a PDF document that you might be reviewing.
Have you had any feedback as to whether it actually reads, should we say, difficult handwriting? I'm thinking of mine.
Yeah, well, it hasn't come out in Australia yet, so I haven't had a chance to test it myself. But the reviews look pretty good, and there's a couple of video demonstrations online that are worth having a look at as well.
This is a leapfrogging game, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So Samsung are trying to get the edge on before Apple might release another iPad. There's rumours they might release an iPad mini with the new iPhone possibly. So this one is all about, it's got new features as far as the quad-core processor, so it's going to be faster than the current iPad. It's going to have the same camera quality.
Well, I mean, the camera quality is as high as you need in real life, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I must say I've chuckled slightly watching some of the Olympics coverage and seeing people in the stadiums holding up iPads next to smartphones to get their video footage, because a lot of the smartphones have better quality than the tablets as far as video.
They have, almost HD?
Yes, yeah. So the current range of smartphones have what's called Full HD, 1080p video quality. The iPad, the latest iPad can actually take the same quality, but if you're choosing between an iPad and a smartphone, I would take my smartphone for size.
That is staggering, isn't it, to think that, translating that into lay language, that's the equivalent of a very expensive movie camera 5 years ago.
Yes, it certainly is, and so it's got the full quality at the moment, and the thing that will change in the next year or so would be the frame rate, or the amount of frames per second, so that'll just increase the quality even more.
And Nathan, we want to talk apps for a little bit with you. Just before we get on to apps generally, Apple is going to remove its YouTube app from its operating system. Why is that?
Yes, yeah. So according to Apple, it's because their license to include the app has ended. So it's been a staple app since the iPhone launched in 2007, and it was one of the highest or loved features about the iPhone because it brought all the online videos to a smartphone. So it's not going to take YouTube away from iPhones completely, but in the next major update to the software coming out in spring on iOS 6, they're taking it as one of the inbuilt apps. So it will have to be something users will have to download from the App Store. The good news in that is Google, who own YouTube, will be updating the app, and it has been limited in some of the features anyway up to this point, because you do get a better search and some extra features if you use YouTube on the browser on the smartphone rather than through the app. So it's not totally a bad thing, but it'll just need to be downloaded as a separate app.
We could go back a step. I mean, I'm slow to use apps, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are still wondering just what are these things that people keep on talking about. It's the way of the future for computing, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. So essentially an app is, with computers that we've had in the past, if you bought a new computer, it came preloaded with a couple of basic programs. So an app is essentially a piece of software that we might have bought from a store on a CD or a DVD and loaded onto a computer. Mm-hmm. But with the advent of smartphones and faster internet connections, all this software now is bought through an online store, so it's like online shopping just for software, and you download it directly to the device.
And it takes seconds. I got an example of a local one, the Pocket Weather Australia, made by a bunch of 4 local guys, and it took about 10 seconds.
Yes, if you've got a good connection, and the apps do vary in size. Some of them might only be a couple of megabytes for those that know data. Some can be sort of larger amounts. But if you've got a good connection or you're downloading them on Wi-Fi, which is always recommended, in a matter of seconds.
So it does a lot of the searching for you, and it just weeds out a lot of the stuff that you don't need.
Yes. So there's a variety of apps, and essentially a lot of the internet-based ones, such as a news app, might bring all the feeds into one easy interface that's designed for a touch screen. So a lot of those internet-based ones, they're bringing what you'd see on a computer where you're clicking around with the mouse into something that's easy to click with a finger on a smaller screen.
In fact, the newspapers around the world are moving in that direction, aren't they? As I think I saw the other day that is at the New York Times, I reckon they are about to have more people online than they are who buy the newspaper.
Yes, the New York Times leads the way as far as that, because they've got a subscription-based service, and a lot of the other newspapers around the world are copying their model where they have a certain amount of free content, and then through...
It's easy with Gadget Coach.